I just wanted to take a moment and explain to those of you who might not know how it is that Bert and my paths have crossed. I believe that Bert was 15 when I met him. And my dearest friend outside of my own family was a fellow Augustinian priest by the name of Father Bill Atkinson. And for those who are bothered who know what a remarkable fellow he was, Father Atkinson was a quadriplegic, paralyzed from the neck down, in a toboggan accident when he was 19 years old. I never knew Father before that accident, but he became the first quadriplegic ever ordained in the history of the Catholic Church. There have been other men who were already ordained and through some tragic accident became quadriplegics. But to this day, Father Atkinson is the only quadriplegic who was ever ordained a priest. And every year at Bond, we used to recruit one or two students to help with Father Atkinson's care. And Father had an uncanny sense of knowing those individuals who would be comfortable around him. An uncanny sense. And then, for the real care of getting him in and out of bed, into the shower and the like, not only did fathers have to sense that that person would be very comfortable around him, but the person also had to be strong enough to lift him in and out of bed. And Bert fit that bill in every regard. And so he began to come to the monastery on a very regular basis to help us get Father up, and dressed, and fed, and to put him in bed at the end of the day. There are a lot of fine people who were involved in Father Atkinson's care. A lot. But Bert won a special place in Father's heart, in my heart, for his fidelity, his sense of honor. It was as though he considered it a privilege to be doing what he was doing. And so I have to tell you there, you know Bert better than me. Bert can have a few more things. But you know the important stuff. Bert always does with real class. And in fact, he's a bit old-fashioned, which is very interesting. But he came to see me in person to tell me that he knew he wanted to happen. Dara never told us, but I said, oh, I really hope I will. You have no idea how important and so we met for our lunch, and Bert introduced me. I liked your writing. You were just so warm and welcoming. But I need to know what I really. Bert beamed. He absolutely beamed as he introduced me to you. He was so proud to say, Father, this is my fiance. And I thought it was one of the neatest moments in my history. And you know, Bert might not know this, but I started out as one of those guys who helped Father Atkinson. I was much, much, much younger than you are now. I was about Dara's age. And through some mutual friends, I got to know Father Atkinson. And he asked me if I would be a part of his Sabbath group. And that's how my friendship began. His influence on me, I think, might be fairly obvious. I became an Augustinian priest. But I was thinking about becoming a priest. And I was talking to him on Saturday morning. And as Bert could tell you, he was standing behind the wheelchair a lot. And so Father's shower was done, and I was brushing his hair, standing behind him, talking to him. And I said, in those days it's still called Father. And I said, Father, when did you decide to become a priest? And he answered, 9:30 this morning. And I thought he hadn't heard. And so in a much louder voice, real slow cadence, I said, Father, when did you decide to become a priest? And he said, Jack, it's the arms and legs that don't work. The ears work fine. About 9:30 this morning. And some days I don't get around till about 11:30. And some days I don't get till 1:30 in the afternoon. And on a very, very rare occasion, I don't get around to it at all. And that's a sin. You see, Bert and Dara, Father Atkinson understood something about commitment. It doesn't just happen one day. Commitment happens every single day. And that's what makes it real. And that's what makes it live. What Father Atkinson knew about his priesthood is exactly what you need to know about your marriage. That you have to decide each and every day that you want to be married. You know, the essence of marriage is a man and a woman turning to each other and saying, I do. Marriage can never be I did. Marriage can never be I will. For a marriage to be living and dynamic, it has to be each and every day I do. 25 years from now, when I'm thanking you for some generous donation you've made to me, and I put in that note, when did you decide to get married? Your answer better be 9:30 that morning. You know, sacraments are always celebrated as public events. Unless there's some good pastoral reason, sacraments can never be celebrated in secret. They're meant to be proclaimed. Your family and friends gather because your I do is very important to us. You know, today it's going to be easy to say I do. It's a beautiful day. We're in a magnificent church. The bride was absolutely radiant. The groom certainly presentable. They tell you, it isn't easy every day. When you need some help, seek it out. And when you figure something out about it, be sure to share it. Are you ready to live in the present tense of each other? Come on. And everybody else will remain seated with the bride of Christ.